We meet again, Mr. Jarvis.
Detective Rigo?
And you remember my associate, Detective Webb?
Yeah, hello.
It's unfortunate that we seem to always meet under such horrible circumstances.
Why am I being questioned? Why am I being recorded?
Just policy, Tommy. As we told Dr. Marino before we came to see you, you are in absolutely no trouble. How's your chest?
I got slashed with a machete. How do you think it feels?
The man who attacked you, who murdered all those people.
The man who impersonated Jason Voorhees.
He was a local paramedic. The boy that was murdered at Pinehurst last week, Joey? Well, turns out that was actually his son. He went nuts, dressed up like the Crystal Lake bogeyman and...
Is that what this is, Detective Rigo? You're still trying to prove that the man I killed when I was a child wasn't actually Jason Voorhees?
Not at all, Tommy. This is a completely separate incident.
Then why are you in my hospital room?
Because here we are, again, on the heels of yet another massacre where you happen to be one of the only surviving witnesses. We just need your account of what happened.
You know what happened. You know who did this, and you know why. You have his body. We're done here.
Tommy, please, we just need to...
You need to leave. If you want to speak with me, I'll need a lawyer present.
Shut it off.
But, sir, we...
Let's go, Webb. Now.
Beginning session. Thank God you're all right, Tommy. Are you in pain?
Yeah, but the meds work.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through this, Tommy. I didn't even know that Unger had transferred you to Pinehurst.
That's because it was my idea. I asked to be moved to Pinehurst.
What?
I'm tired of being in treatment. I hate living this way. I keep thinking about why you sent me to Unger, to face my fear. Well, Pinehurst is even closer to Crystal Lake than Unger, so... It was my idea to be moved there.
Unger should have notified me. That's on them. But talk to me. Knowing what happened, that a crazy person put on a hockey mask and murdered people.
I know what you're getting at. I mean, this is exactly what Rigo has always claimed happened the first time I faced off with Jason and killed him. That it couldn't have been the real Jason Voorhees, right? Just a random psychopath trying to act out an urban legend, right?
Forget Detective Rigo. How do you feel about Jason now, Tommy?
After this crazy paramedic thing, I should be feeling better about all of it, shouldn't I? So tell me, why do I feel worse?
How so?
I'm gonna tell you something right now that's gonna make me sound even crazier than ever.
I'm listening.
Dr. Marino. Lauren. What if I'm Jason Voorhees?
What makes you say that, Tommy?
Last night, I had a dream that I killed Pam.
Pam Roberts? Dr. Leonard's assistant at Pinehurst?
It was so real. I had his hockey mask, Jason's mask, and I stood right there where you are now, and I stabbed Pam to death. Her blood, it was all over me, all over the floor. There was so much blood.
Tommy, you just survived an unbelievable trauma again. A dream like that is not unusual given all you've been through.
You're not hearing me. I think I'm dangerous. I think I should be locked up. I think I'm becoming Jason.
Tell me about the Unger Institute, Tommy. You've been back there almost 2 months now.
It's the same as it ever was.
Are you sharing in group session yet, or still keeping to yourself?
I've made one friend, I guess.
Tell me about your friend.
Alan? There's not much to say. He's nice. He believes me.
Believes you how?
He believes me that Jason Voorhees is real.
Tommy, now that you and I have had time to analyze what happened at Pinehurst, can you see any more clearly that Jason Voorhees was merely a persona that a psychotic person used to carry out their homicidal fantasies?
All of these years. And you don't believe me either, Lauren. You never believed me, did you?
It's not about whether or not I believe you. Whether it was a crazy person in a mask, or if the actual Jason Voorhees had really come back from the dead and attacked you when you were 12 years old. He's dead now. No one is going to hurt you or anyone else.
Detective Rigo said that the body of the man who attacked me was cremated. Is that true?
I honestly have no way of knowing that, Tommy. But yes, I would assume that it is true.
Well, I suppose there's really only one way to know for sure, huh?
And how is that?
Alan says he knows where Jason is buried. Where they buried his ashes.
Tommy, you're regressing.
Actually, I'm not. All of these years suffering over this, when the answer was right in front of me. I know what I have to do now.
We're rolling, Detective Rigo.
So, here we are again, Dr. Marino, only this time it only took a matter of weeks before there was another massacre. And once again, your patient, Tommy Jarvis, is in the middle of it.
I haven't spoken with Tommy yet, detectives. I have no details for you until I can speak to my patient alone.
Do you know what I think? What I've always thought since the day I got sent to this godforsaken Camp Crystal Lake place to clean up the first Jarvis mess?
I really don't care, Detective Rigo, but I bet my pension that you're going to tell me anyway.
I think that Jason Voorhees is nothing but an urban legend. And for some reason, it's compelling enough to attract sick and damaged people like the patient you work with to come here and carry out their homicidal fantasies as Jason.
What do you want me to say, Detective Rigo? That I agree with you that Jason is an urban legend?
Oh, I know you and I agree on that front. I just wish my associate, Ms. Webb, here could say the same.
Sir, I've lived here my entire life. They can change the name of the place to Forest Green or Green fucking Acres. It will always be Crystal Lake. And people will never forget what happened here. Or how many times it's happened.
I understand that, but it wasn't fucking Jason Voorhees. Jesus Christ, do you even realize that the legend doesn't even make a lick of sense? Jason drowned as a little boy and died, right? But then you locals think he came back from the dead to avenge his mother and was somehow now a grown man? And now he just keeps coming back?
Look, I've never once let superstition affect my work. All I'm saying is that at a certain point, you've got to look at the facts and...
And the fact remains that no one on God's green earth has done more to perpetuate this bullshit story and keep inviting this horrible shit to Crystal Lake's front door than that Jarvis freak. And Dr. Marino here insists on humoring Tommy Jarvis instead of locking him away where no one can hear from him again.
I've had enough of this. Unless you're accusing my patient of an actual crime, then I'm done here.
Oh, you're done here, all right. The way I see it, you have two options. You can either continue to defend your precious basket case Jarvis while bodies pile up, or you can help us shut his fucking mouth once and for all and stop getting people killed.
I'm glad this is being recorded because I believe you just threatened my patient.
No, Doctor, I'm threatening you. You've had years to shut down this raving lunatic, but instead, he's only gotten worse. And now I got yet another pile of innocent corpses, dead sheriffs, and an entire campground full of terrified, scarred-for-life children because of what Tommy Jarvis brought to this godforsaken place. So do your fucking job. Either cure this asshole's insanity or lock him away where he won't be heard from again. Or God is my witness, I'll make sure that you never practice psychiatry again. Where are you going? Hey, you can't just... God damn! Shit, holy Jesus, jumping Christmas shit! Shut it off, Webb.
Thank you for meeting with me, Tommy.
I put Jason back at the bottom of Crystal Lake, where he belongs.
They've had divers out there all morning. Tommy, they haven't found anyone yet.
That's impossible! Who's saying that? Rigo? That lying bastard!
Maybe you put someone in that lake. Someone who was killing innocent people. But it was not Jason Voorhees. Do you understand me?
They've gotten to you too. Oh God, they've gotten to you too.
Nobody has gotten to anybody. But Tommy, the police are convinced that psychos keep coming here to masquerade as Jason because you keep perpetuating the story.
Alan knew where Jason was buried. He brought me there. I dug him up, and his body was right there in the grave. He was never cremated, Lauren. But he came back to life. He killed Alan and all of those people. And it's all my fault.
Yes, Tommy, it is your fault that you attract these maniacs. All this town wants is to bury the Voorhees story, but you, everywhere you go, you keep it alive, and that's why this happens.
There are witnesses. An entire camp full of witnesses saw
Someone dressed in a hockey mask. Once again. Don't you see the pattern here, Tommy?
I watched Jason crawl out of his grave.
No, you didn't, because that's not possible. Tommy, I'm sorry. I can't help you anymore.
My God. They're gonna kill me, aren't they?
What? Who's they? Who's going to kill you, Tommy?
You. You sold me out to them, didn't you? You told me you were my friend. The night I met you, you said you'd protect me. Now they're gonna kill me because I know the truth.
Tommy, stop. Put down that lamp.
How could you do this to me? I'm the one who finally killed Jason, me! But they're all so desperate to cover it up that now you've signed my death warrant!
You're out of control, Tommy. Put down that lamp and...
Oh, God. I'm sorry, Lauren. I didn't want to hurt you, but... they're coming to get me.